Planet Coaster 2 is back with its biggest update yet. From glowing pools and custom water shapes to new coaster styles, workshop upgrades, and a brand new flat ride. Update 4 is packed with features that builders and designers have been asking for. But in today's video, we're diving into the most exciting addition of all: restaurants. For the first time ever in Planet Coaster, we can create fully customizable eateries completed with theme interiors, food counters, real menus, and guest seating that blends into your park story. I'm doing it with a restaurant that I've wanted to do since we started this series, the heart of Fiti restaurant, which supposedly has to be a tropical, peaceful space where nature meets magic. Let me show you how it was built, how the system works, and what's possible with the new restaurant tools in Update 4. Let's get into it. Alright, we are now in Moana water park, and I will like to show you guys the restaurant that I have been building since I got the early access from Frontier. And this is the heart of Fiti restaurant. So let's get in and let's check it out. I truly love this new feature. And yeah, I am super happy that we finally got restaurants in Planet Coaster 2. And as you can see, it's pretty damn impressive what this little box can do in the game here, the restaurant. And it's pretty much just a square shape, but it's cool to see them make food on different things here, appliances that they can do. But yeah, I kind of like wanted to go with a magical Moana sort of concept here, and having Fiti represented more than only in the entrance. So that's pretty much what I have done, and I'm super happy for the end result, especially the lighting in here that we got. It's super cool, and in this game the lighting is like really impressive. I gotta shut down the music here from the radio because that is kind of loud. So yeah, I used these lights and kind of duplicated them and put them together so they are looking like more of a clamshell, and I thought that was kind of a cool little idea. So yeah, and if we go back here, there's like a nice little water exhibit here where you have Fiti in the middle, looking great as ever with the heart. And we got some round tables around here to kind of like being a little bit different than the square ones we have. But yeah, I did this panel wall here, custom panel wall with this lighting. And as you can see here, we can just go back and I can just show you real quick here in a little speed build on how I made these. It is very simple. So since we don't have these in Planet Coaster 2 yet, the star panel from Planet Coaster 1, I decided that it was time to try make my own. So what I did is that I obviously found a black art shape, just a square. And then afterwards I used these resort lampposts, colored them white and yellow. Some were bigger, some were smaller. And then afterwards I do find the star panels as well. I find the star shapes too, and I kind of add those into the mix and just giving it like a little starry vibe at night, which is gonna be the base of the backdrop as you saw for Fiti here. And I actually thought it was a pretty cool idea until I kind of had to, you know, figuring out, like the lights were very shiny when I turned off the, like when I went into night mode, and things had to get deleted a little bit, well at least the ones that you couldn't see so much. But basically, as I say, this is very simple. It's just make sure to variate these lights a little bit, some bigger, some smaller. Don't put them like up in a alignment. As you can see here, mine is like a little bit all over the place. And here I'm also using the star, which I can scale down very like till 5% almost. And it also adds a little bit to it as well, as you can see. And that's basically how I made this wall, and it actually adds so much to the backdrop of this whole scene here, as you kind of saw. And now you get a quick glimpse on how I put them on here, and kind of like some part of the build here is kind of like half done in this video, as you can see now. But I thought it was kind of funny to implement this little thing here, because I thought it was a cool little wall piece to make. And if someone has, you know, thought about how to make a star panel, then you can do it like this. And I thought it was a super cool idea. I mean, it's obviously not piece efficient, but if you do it with style and maybe not overdo it, as I kind of did here, as you can see, I feel like you're okay. And it actually adds a lot to the whole atmosphere of the restaurant. So yeah, that's basically a quick little thing on how to do your own star panel here. I thought I just wanted to share it real quick because it's a fun little thing to be able to build yourself when you need to make dog rides or like fake backgrounds as this. But let's get back into the part where I want to show you a little bit more on how the restaurant thing actually works. So now we are in the restaurant again, and what I do is that I click on the restaurant, and therefore I go into the tab of the restaurant and I click the restaurant kitchen button, as you can see. When I do this, you can either way click add tables, and you can add the tables that you have right underneath here that are available for you. Or you can connect tables by clicking connect, and then afterwards you simply just hold shift and click on the tables that you want to connect to the restaurant. So therefore this means that as soon as they get into the restaurant here and they buy from this counter, they will sit in here somewhere eating their food, which is actually quite fun. I've enjoyed seeing them already now, and yeah, it's super cool. So here you can either way put a bargain or custom price, and you can also mix up the food that they're eating. As you can see here, I felt it was kind of funny to do a little spicy lasagna. So I'm adding some spices to this lasagna and also changing its name to spicy lasagna. If you've gotten so far into this video, write spicy lasagna in the comments, okay? Anyways, I go in here and I kind of add just a little bit thing to these food stuff you can get here, just to see how everything works. And it's actually quite funny that you can do this and make your own menu, so to speak. I think they might have a few more things in store for this. Hopefully there are a lot more things you can do later on when we get more updates. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny to just mix and match here a little bit with the food and play around with it, just to kind of like show you guys how this restaurant thing works. But yeah, as you can see, I gotta pick a staff member as well, so I'm just finding one that are looking for work, and there's Mr. Shane here, so perfect. After that, I just open it up, and the restaurant is kind of like just doing its own thing now, and everything should just work smoothly. I recommend to take the shop radio off, as you saw me do in the start, because it is very noisy. But yeah, that's pretty much how you put up the restaurant in Planet Coaster 2 for this update. Let's check out more of the build. Yeah, I felt like presenting it in a different way today and just include a speed build or two. But what you can see is that we kind of like have some nice poles here that has some nice foliage going all the way up, trying to keep the color of Fiti here, as you can see, kind of like crawling up these big logs that I placed down. And then we put a little light on the benches here, and people are kind of like just roaming around now and having a good time here. And it's really nice to see this restaurant that I built the last week here actually being active now. And as you can see, I also added windows on the outside, so it actually looks super cool to walk on the outside and kind of peek in and see all the cool things that are happening. Let's for a quick sec here go into daytime, because it actually has some nice lighting as well, even though it is day. Because you know, in this game now we kind of like have this super nice effect that we can build inside, and it will actually be dark, so hooray for that. But yeah, I am super stoked on how this facade also turned out, keeping that Polynesian mixed with Disney vibe, and I think I got out of that pretty well here. But yeah, daytime, a quick look from the outside view, and then we also gonna go in. As you can see, the lighting is a little bit different now, but you can kind of like still like feel warm and cozy in here, I feel like, and that's the main part here. And yeah, I have a few waterfalls, as you can see too. We got vines and ivy in the top ceiling here, just to give it a little bit effect. And it's actually right next to the coaster, so you can kind of like see the coaster outside here, which is kind of cool. And the top view is not impressive, as you can see. It's very flat, but it will eventually be covered with a lot of things before we end off this whole series of ours. I'd like to thank Frontier for giving me early access to this new update. It has tons of new features as well, guys, but in this case, since Frontier has already covered most of it, I felt like it was more proper to get in and get a restaurant built for our Moana water park. So before we end off, let me know what you think of the build, guys. What are you looking most forward to in the new update? And remember to give it a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.